Hello everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Let's Play Seduce Me. In the last episode, we had allowed the guys to stay with us, which actually is going to work out quite fine since they are willing and able to help me out around the house. And they're cooking meals for me, and it's really adorable, and I'm getting along with them, even Sam, for a little brief moment there. We had a weird nightmare too, so I wonder what that's all about. But now our friends have shown up out of the blue, unannounced, and Matthew opened the door. So what the heck is gonna happen? Let's see.
Uh,
Oh boy. Why did you open the door? The world around me stopped as Suzu and Naomi kept their eyes on Matthew, who merely stared back in fear and embarrassment. I could feel the air go from warm to freezing in a matter of seconds.
uh, hi?
Oh no. I could not believe this was happening. How was I going to explain this? This week was already bad enough. To make matters worse, I was frozen in place. Please, for God's sake, someone do something other than stand there.
Who are you?
Suzu, let me explain.
What's going on here?
Who's at the door, Matthew? Oh.
Soon the other incubi appeared in the lobby with us. This situation was not getting pretty. I had to think fast. I mean, yeah, one guy maybe you can explain. Maybe. But five? I don't know. Ah, they're in your head? They're my brothers. They're visitors.
Then why did one of them open the door?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Um, it was no use. There was no time to lie to them. I felt helpless. Then, I felt a hand on my shoulder and felt the tension in my body almost fade away. I turned my head to see James smile at me before stepping in front of me.
We must apologize, ladies. We know this situation must be confusing for everyone. Let's take this to the dining room and we'll explain everything.
Okay. Thank you, James. I stared at James wide-eyed. Was he gonna tell them who they were? Everything seemed surreal. Before I knew it, I was led to the dining room along with Suzu and Naomi and sat across from their confused faces. As Naomi and Suzu sat down, Eric and Matthew placed their untouched plates of food in front of them, surprising their guests. That's so nice of you guys.
Whoa, this looks amazing!
Thank you.
I know what she's gonna have to say. These guys came with the house. They were my grandfather's butlers or something.
Our pleasure, ladies. We hope you enjoy your meals.
Make sure you dig in!
I looked at Naomi and Suzu as they began to eat, visibly enjoying every bite that they placed in their mouth. Hopefully the food would ease their minds for whatever James wanted to reveal. As Naomi and Suzu ate their impromptu meals, James and the other boys stood behind my chair, making me grow more red in the face.
So, Anderson, are you gonna tell us what's going on?
Well, you see, Gently, James placed a hand on my shoulder again, signaling me to just eat my food. As I began to eat, he spoke to Naomi and Suzu.
We are Miss Anderson's house servants.
See?
We were hired by her late grandfather to help around the mansion, but since he has passed, we now assist Miss Anderson with living on her own.
See, this is why it was a good thing for me to tell him the whole story, because if I hadn't, then he wouldn't be able to come up with a good excuse.
That makes sense. It's such a huge house.
A huge house for a wonderful princess such as Miss Anderson deserves the greatest of servants to care for it.
But why are you all dressed so casually and stuff? Aren't servants supposed to have uniforms or whatever?
Well, Miss Anderson allows us to get comfy while we work, so she lets us wear casual clothes.
Yeah, something like that.
We're sorry if we made this situation awkward earlier.
We're very sure that Miss Anderson is also still getting used to having us as her servants. It would be very hard to explain after just a day.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
So, if I may ask, what brings you two ladies here?
Well, we wanted to see how our friend was doing. Since it's the weekend and all, usually we hang out and just chill.
Yeah, like going to the arcade and stuff.
Or the Pink Lady Cafe.
There's an arcade?
That makes a lot of sense, ladies. Well, we don't wish to disturb you any further than we have, so we'll take our leave and start preparing the house.
Oh, Matthew's adorable.
Huh? Preparing for what?
We gotta prep the house for some sort of housewarming party thing.
Our princess's parents requested a housewarming party to be held here soon.
And by soon, they mean tonight.
Oh, well, I guess we can help out or something. Right, Naomi?
I thought you wanted to go to the arcade.
This housewarming thing is more important.
Aw, they're so sweet. That's really sweet. What great friends I have.
No need. We can handle it. If you'd like to, miss, you can go out with your friends while we handle things here.
I guess I could, but that feels like I'd be so rude.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Sam, not now.
Well, I wanted to help out, but at the same time, I wanted to go out with my friends. Girl, you see them all the time. James gave me a look of understanding, letting me know that if I left, everything would be okay. I had to make a decision. Oh gosh, I feel like I'd be so rude if I just left. But, I mean, maybe I should go? I don't know. Okay, I'll stay. I mean, I honestly would never just abandon them like that.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Besides, it's my housewarming party. I should help out too.
Want us to help out as well?
I think we got it all taken care of. Thanks though, girls.
All right, we'll head on out then so we're not in the way.
Sorry guys, I'll hang out with you guys soon.
It's all good, Anderson. We'll definitely come to the housewarming party tonight.
Sweet. Thank you. I led them back into the lobby and walked them to the doors, opening it for them with a thankful smile. They accepted it so easily, thank goodness. They both gave me hugs before walking out to Naomi's car, which was parked in the driveway. And with that, they left. I was happy that they wanted to help, but I had to do this on my own. It was not their work, so I didn't want to force it on them just because they were my best friends. We had the entire day to work. The party was tonight, and we had to do all we could to make everything right. I wonder what would happen if I had left. We sat down and talked about what needed to happen before the party started that night. Each guy had been assigned a different part of the party to do, and right after lunch, we began to work. Didn't you just eat breakfast? Since everything was taken care of by at least one incubus, James told me I could assist one of them. The question was, who? Oh no. This is the real decision time, isn't it? Pretty much whoever I help out is probably going to be the guy I have to choose. So, dang it. I can't just spend a little time with each of them and get to know them all. I need help making this decision. I can't. Oh. I don't know. Okay, I coming into this blind, just looking at the guys and what I do know about them, I can tell you I'm already leaning towards two guys. Oh, man. I don't even know if I'm going to do multiple playthroughs of this because I'm sure there's multiple endings. Okay, let me just see what they're doing. Eric, dining room. James, garden. Garden for a party? Damian, lobby. Sam, front yard. Oh gosh, this is so hard. I don't know. Okay, this is just a video game. Stop overthinking things. I'm just gonna go with who I've been leaning towards from the beginning. I'm gonna go with James. I'm really tempted with Eric because I was so drawn to his voice and I think there's more to him than just the flirty flirt stuff. And Matthew is really fun, and I would love to just hang out with him. And Damien's a total sweetheart. And Sam, eh. Well, but James, it has to be James. The glasses, the older, mature. He's just my type, 100%. He really is. Nice. James and I headed out to the garden. It had been years since I had been in the small field. The gazebo was smaller than I remembered, but I had grown since I had last seen it. James rolled up his sleeves and took in a breath of air before sighing contentedly.
So, we need to cater to the plants and make sure there are no muddy spots in the grass. It may take a while. Are you sure you wish to help me and not the others?
Don't question my devotion to you. I shook my head, rolling up my sleeves as well. I can handle it. I'd rather work outside anyway. Not really. In real life, if I had based it based on my personality, I probably would have done decorating or the cooking stuff. Well, no, not cooking, not really. Don't lie, Binks. Don't lie. Okay. James nodded with a smile before handing me a watering can, gesturing to a group of flowers by the side of the yard. I walked over and began to water the flowers. However, as silence took control of the air, I felt the need to start a conversation. Of course I'll ask him a question. So, do you like flowers? I wanted to smack myself. That was a terrible conversation starter. I mentally smacked myself before hearing James chuckle softly. I turned to look at him as he nodded.
They have a wonderful aesthetic. Many people would think that flowers are simple and rather boring, but I've learned secrets about flowers.
Ooh, tell me those secrets. Secrets about flowers? What, like a special way to water them or something?
You could say that. There are right and wrong ways to water flowers.
Can you show me? James gave a small smirk before walking over and standing behind me. You don't need to stand behind me to tell me how to water flowers. Come on now. I instantly blushed as he brought his arms underneath mine, guiding my watering can. The water gently poured over the dirt, sinking into it and dissolving into the roots. Yeah, I know that. However, my concentration on the water was broken by the sound of James's voice in my ear.
Flowers need to be cared for gently, like a fragile light. Too much power and they'll break, but too little and they'll wither and fade away. It's like caring for a pet or a loved one.
Oh, he's so deep. A loved one. For some reason, those 3 words echoed in my head. James continued to guide my watering can, using gentle hands to lead my arms and my body. It was almost like a dance. Eventually, he let go and stepped away from me. I turned to him as he simply smiled at me before returning to his work. I felt my face with my hand, feeling the extreme warmth before shaking my head and continuing to water the remaining plants. The hour of the pars— Oh, okay, that was it then. That little romantic moment. The hour of the house party had arrived. In my mind, I kept double and triple checking the essentials for the party. Knowing my dad, he invited his business partners and the executives of the Anderson Company to show me off. Ugh, that's disgusting. Yeah, this is my teenage daughter who I'm letting live alone in this big old house. I stood in front of my mirror in my room, staring at my form as a million thoughts ran through my mind. It was just a housewarming party, but at the same time, it wasn't. It was my chance to show my dad that I was better than his expectations. It was a chance for me to see my parents as a woman. Okay? It was my test to see if I was really ready to live on my own. But you're not alone, you see. Well, not truly alone. I had incubi to thank, but even so, I didn't have my dad guiding me or my mom helping me through living alone. A knock on my door broke my thoughts, surprising me. Who is it?
Hey, are you okay in there? Your parents should be here soon, so you should hurry getting ready.
Well, I'm ready, but...
But what? I'm sure you look fine, Anderson. Just come on out.
All right. Oh. Well, clearly Suzu's like, I'm too cool to wear a dress. That's totally fine, by the way. Oh, Naomi looks pretty. She's cute. And wow, my dress is pretty sexy and mature. And what the hell? Why are you having that off the shoulder like that? Girl, you trying to entice these incubi, huh? As soon as I opened the door to the hall, I watched as Naomi's and Suzu's faces turned from smiles to complete awestruck stares. What?
Dude, you look hot.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, you look amazing. Where did you get that dress?
I've had it for a while. I just never had the chance to wear it. I figured I might as well bring it out now. Ah, they all have suits and they're all color coded. Oh, it's so cute. Huh. I can't see what color Damien has, but I'm gonna guess it's like a purple, maybe. Yeah, they look adorable. Just looking at the suits and everything, James looks so good. Huh. Sam, you clean up well. Okay, sorry. I stepped out of my room and closed my bedroom door behind me. As I walked down the hall to the grand lobby, the incubi stood waiting for me at the bottom, all dressed to the nines as proper servants.
Whoa, they really know how to dress well, don't they?
Matthew looks so adorable. Yeah. I was slightly taken aback on how great the boys looked in uniform. Each had the poise of a perfect gentleman, even Sam. I slowly began to climb down the steps with Suzu and Naomi behind me. The boys watched as I descended the staircase one step at a time, like knights waiting for their princess, just like in a movie. Ooh. I felt my face slightly flush, but I quickly shook my head to try and regain my thoughts. As I reached the last step, I'm so happy it was James. I wonder if it's because I chose him, though. I'm just curious. James offered his hand out to me and walked me down that final step, smiling.
As beautiful as a princess, miss.
Well, you look really nice too. Thank you.
So, are you prepared for tonight?
As ready as I'll ever be, to be honest, no. As ready as I'll ever be. I couldn't deny that I was nervous, but I had to try. This party was more than what it seemed, and I had done all that I could to prepare for it. Now, it was all up to fate. The other boys smiled assuringly at me, which made me feel a little better about everything. I looked at my phone and marked the time. Almost right on cue, the doorbell rang. I gulped. I could practically feel my dad's aura from behind the door. Sam and Eric quickly rushed to the door and opened the double doors wide to reveal my parents, both dressed in their best. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad.
Oh my, I didn't know your bequeathment came with servants.
It was probably overlooked. Besides, who would deny good service?
I was completely shocked. My parents didn't question the boys? They didn't ask for verification or anything? I looked to the boys and noticed Sam and Eric staring intently at my parents. Were they using their powers on them? Interesting. They had to be. There was no way they'd be okay with this otherwise.
I guess the servants counted as belongings to the house.
Sure. My mother quickly rushed to me and gave me a large hug. I hugged her back, inhaling her perfume. It had only been a couple of days, but living away from the ones who raised me was hard. My mother soon let me go and looked at my outfit.
Gorgeous. You look so lovely. David, look at your daughter and tell her I'm right.
I looked to my dad, who was looking around the lobby like an inspector. I stood my ground, waiting for him to look at me. When he did, he let a small smile grace his lips.
Your mother's right. You look like you're all grown up.
Well, thank you, jerk dad. The world around me stopped as my heart pounded hard in my chest. Did my dad just compliment me? On his own accord? My mother was grinning ear to ear at his words. I was beyond speechless. Thank you, Daddy. However, his cold face quickly returned as he began to look around once again.
I assume that you're ready, then, to impress the rest of the guests, correct?
What do you mean?
The entire board from Anderson Toys is coming tonight. Even the vice chairman's son will be coming. All of them will be measuring your potential.
Oh. My potential?
To become CEO of the company.
I knew it. Something was off about tonight. And now this party had become much more than I anticipated. I gulped silently, but I nodded in response. I looked to the incubi, but they were continuing to be servants for my father's approval. I looked behind me and saw Naomi and Susie raise their thumbs at me for encouragement. I let out a small breath before feeling my body accept the situation. I felt a weight in my gut, but I had to hide it. As if time zoomed forward, all of a sudden the main hall of the lobby was full of guests. Men and women in formal or business attire showed up to meet me and see my new home. I didn't expect many to come, but I was once again surprised that night. I shook hands with many officials and executive members, putting on the professional face my dad trained me to have. I felt overwhelmed, but I hid it well behind a small smile and handshake. Many even asked me questions. I tried my best to reply as maturely as possible. I had to remember, say what they want to hear, not what you want to say. Adulting. It's not easy.
So, how do you feel living on your own at such a young age?
I'm doing my best. Could be better. Difficult being independent. I wish I was still living with my parents. It's been okay. Well, I feel fine. It's been pretty good, actually.
I'm so sorry about your grandfather passing away. It really hit all of us hard.
Thank you for your condolences.
Do you have college plans?
Yes, I do. I'd say yes, I do, or there's a possibility. I felt like the questions came up one after another. It was tough to answer some of them because they weren't about me. They were about the company. I said it's a possibility just because I'm not sure if they were meaning for me to take over right away, so they don't want me to go to college. That's why I said it's a possibility. That's like the safest answer.
What do you think will happen with the company now that your grandfather has passed?
Don't ask me, I have no freaking clue. I really don't care. That depends on who runs it. We'll get back on track soon. That depends on who runs it, honestly.
So what do you think of the philanthropic policy the company has?
Oh, I have a time limit. What do you think of the philanthropic policy the company has? Affects my own values. I see the time limit now.
The company should expand from just toys.
I don't know. It's a toy company. Why would I expand it? Eventually, the questions stopped. So on one of them, the time ran out. Dang it. Okay. Eventually, the questions stopped, and I was back to being by myself. Naomi and Susie were mingling in the crowds, and the incubi were doing their jobs, so I was all alone in a room full of strangers. It was unnerving to think about, but at least I wasn't being questioned left and right anymore. Suddenly, though, my mom pushed her way through the crowd to me, bringing along someone I didn't know.
Honey, I'd like to introduce you to someone. This kind gentleman is the son of the vice chairman.
Oh boy, are you trying to pair me up with this dude? Huh. Well, he's pretty handsome. With my mother stood a man who looked only a couple of years older than me. He smiled and held out his hand to me, silently asking for my hand.
Hi, I'm Andrew Lewis. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Anderson.
You're cute. Place your hand in his. As I placed my hand in his, he raised it to my lips, or to his lips, and kissed over my knuckles. Oh my god, that's a bit much. I felt my face burn slightly at the gesture. Andrew smiled at me before releasing my hand.
I'm honored to be invited here.
My mother smiled at both of us, which made me slightly concerned. Why was she excited to introduce me to Andrew? Girl, you know how this is with these powerful, rich companies. Come on now.
So, you organized this party very well, Miss Anderson.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Praise is very much deserved.
Andrew then chuckled nervously, bringing a soft fist to his lips to cover his laugh properly before smiling at me.
I'm sorry if I seem a little forward. I've just been excited to meet Harold Anderson's granddaughter.
See, if it wasn't for the fact that I just met all these hot guys, I mean, maybe I would give you a chance, but, I mean, Huh? Why?
He used to talk about you all the time in the office on how you helped him refine his toys. I only attended meetings and heard all of the stories. You've helped a lot with the success of the company without having to actually work there.
Oh, you knew my grandpa. Oh, wow. I didn't know he talked about me. That would explain everyone's fascination with me and their rather personal questions. I looked to Andrew, who had a kind face to me. Something about him seemed off, and I didn't know what it was. He seemed to be hiding something. Oh. Whether it was good or bad, I was not able to find out. I felt someone walk up beside me, causing me to turn to them. Next to me was my dad, giving his cold stare to Andrew, who suddenly became tense. Ooh, what's going on here?
So, you're Jared's son.
Andrew's body twitched slightly. Whether it was fear or insult, Andrew locked eyes with my father. I couldn't help but feel the tension between them. It irked me how fragile the air had become, enough to break at the wrong word. Poor guy.
You're the one who wants to be the next CEO of the Anderson Company.
Oh. But if he's been working there, then let him, dude. I'm sure her grandfather probably liked him.
Well...
I stared at Andrew. This guy wanted to take my grandfather's place as CEO? I thought the vice chairman wanted the position.
David, leave the poor boy alone.
I'm merely testing the boy's conversational skills. Nothing wrong with that.
So rude.
Of course not, sir.
And polite as well. Interesting.
If you'll excuse me.
I actually feel bad for him now. Quickly, Andrew retreated away from my family into the crowd of people. I'm kind of curious. I kind of want to follow him, but I guess I'll stay put. I watched as he disappeared into the crowd towards the back of the house. I was worried, but I gave him his space. He obviously needed it.
Peh. He's not CEO material.
That's because you practically interrogated the young man.
A little questioning shouldn't have bothered him. He's obviously not ready for any title in our company.
Wow. I bit my tongue. I didn't want to make a scene with my dad. One wrong word and he'd lecture me in front of everyone. That was not something that I wanted at my housewarming party. I let out a sigh before looking at the clock. It was getting close to midnight, meaning that the party was going to end soon. I lowered my gaze out the window and saw a limo pull up. Huh? Whose limo is that? And we will find out in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this, and until next time, have a nice day. Bye.